Next up on our 2024 CVC Fall Sports Media Day Tour is the Lutheran West Boys Golf Team. Head coach Dale Lurkey. Coach, you got started today, I believe, and
We did.
had a pretty solid performance. I think you took second, if I remember correctly, in the Metro, just opening the season. How cool was that, and how pleased were you with the performance?
Well, I have two really solid golfers that didn't play that well today, and I think that if they would have played a little bit better, we probably could have given Independence a little bit better run for their money. So, but we ended up finishing second, which is okay. I mean, we lost by 6 strokes, which certainly we can make that up. But yeah, I was I was I was a little pleased, but I felt like we could have won that tournament today.
So obviously a little bit of work to do, but just looking at
Yep.
the squad heading into the season, are you confident that you have a team that can make some noise, both in the conference and in the postseason?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I have two really solid golfers, Ray Pavlik's a junior, and I've got a transfer who came in. His name is Tommy Matty, and they've really put the work in the summer. Played a lot of tournaments and a lot of golf, and so I'm very pleased with those two. And I think those two especially can carry our team quite a ways. They're certainly capable of shooting in the 70s consistently. Today they had a rough day. I think they just didn't really no familiarity with the coach or the course. They hadn't played St. Denis before, and so it was kind of unfamiliar to them. And so we'll see what happens. We'll see how we stack up against. We've got two tournaments, uh, Tuesday and Wednesday at Greyhawk. So we'll see how we stack up against some of the other teams. But yeah, I think we have two players that can certainly carry us through the season.
Yeah, just looking at all four divisions today, there are, only a couple guys in the high 70s. So
Yes,
looks like everybody came in shooting a few strokes ahead of, or, a little few strokes more than what they normally shoot. But when you've got three guys under 90 in a situation like that, and the other two are right there in the mid 90s,
correct.
you got
Yep.
4 or 5 guys that can hit that, low 80s. So, I have to imagine you're pretty confident that this team can, if everything goes right, make a little bit more noise in the postseason. Is that kind of what you're gearing them up for?
Yeah, I know. You know, our my one and my two guy. They I don't know if they've ever shot as poorly as they did today. They were just very frustrated, and um, I'm sure they have. But I mean, in a tournament situation, I think they were kind of expecting themselves to play better, and they had multiple opportunities for birdies, and sometimes they were three putting and four putting.
Ouch.
So
Yeah, that'll do it.
yeah, so that kind of killed them. But yeah, I mean, I'm confident. I mean, we were in the same situation last year, and then we played a very strong Independence team in two dual matches and won very close matches with them, and then we ended up winning in the postseason tournament as well, very close again. And so I really do think it's going to come down to Independence and us again. That's what it kind of seemed like after today. But stranger things have happened, and you still got to go out there and play the course, and you got to score it, and you got to do the things you need to do take care of. And so hopefully we can take care of business throughout the season and get better. It's such a short season. You don't have time to really work on things because you kind of expect these kids to come in and be ready to go because the season is so short. But I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, I think when you look at your scores just today, your number 3 guy was 10 strokes more than your number 1 guy, and your number 5 guy was 10 strokes more than your number 3 guy. So that's not a real big window separating your pack. And
No, it's
you
not.
get 5 or 6 guys that can score in that same range. That's definitely bodes well for that postseason. But what's going to be the biggest challenge to reach their potential?
Well, I think they it's golf is such a mental game, and I think they one of the things that they got to get better at is just kind of having a short memory and putting together good shots and just kind of getting themselves in a position when if they do hit a poor shot, which is going to happen, uh, just you know putting that behind them and saying, okay, what can I do to get a bogey? What can I do to get a double bogey if that's what the case is? Because I can't get a par. That's out of the question. And just putting up the lowest score that you possibly can instead of trying to muscle the ball around the course. And they just got to be smarter. Yeah, I got a couple of talented guys, but my 3, 4, and 5 guy, I have to just be smarter. And my 5 guy is relatively new to the game. He's a senior, and I was kind of like, where have you been the past 3 years? Well, he's playing football, and he had some injuries, and he kind of said, I don't want to go down that road anymore. And so he worked really, really hard this summer. And I think eventually that's going to pay off for him. But he's just gotta stay with it and just kind of really just work on a short game, work on his mental aptitude around the course, and I think we'll be okay.
Sounds good. All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you taking some time to preview the season. Congrats on a nice start today, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Let me just kind of mention, I'll just mention our guys that I think are going to have an impact. Ray Pavlik, he's a junior. I think last year he was 1 point away from being MVP, and I think he has a really good chance of coming back there. My 2-man is a young man by the name of Tommy Matty, great kid. Transferred in this year. I think he's going to have some impact on the team. My 3-man is a returner. His name is JJ Hughes. He was honorable mention last year, but I mean he's really improved his game and just has a really good has a knack for just really putting up some good scores. But he just has to kind of stay within himself. And then I think. My 4-man is a young man by the name of Trey Kemper. He also was at all conference last year. And my 5-man is that relatively new guy. His name is Jackson Lundenberger. There we go. And so I have high hopes for him. So we're kind of a veteran team as well, which kind of helps. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, I appreciate the time and thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Sounds good, Coach. Good luck to you this fall.
Thank you. Appreciate it.